Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd with Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome! I hope to earn your subscription today. I am here on my dream claim for the first time this year. I'm excited to be back. I hope to find some gold today. I hope to find a big piece of gold. There might be a nugget in my near future. So wish me luck, and I hope you enjoy. Now, early spring like this, the water in the river is very, very low. This is kind of the lowest it gets. It's actually, over the winter is the lowest it gets. But the earlier you can get in here, the lower it is. It'll rise steadily for the next couple months. So I really want to get up to Nugget Bar and check out what might be exposed that hasn't been exposed in the past. However, on the way there, I found something exciting. So I decided to take the water trail this time, so down along the water, hopping the rocks rather than up in the bushes. And as I was walking along, I found a new area that has been scoured by water and the bedrock exposed. I haven't seen bedrock anywhere along this bench before. And all of a sudden, there's exposed bedrock. It's very, very crumbly bedrock, but it's bedrock. And that's where I find gold. I cleared off some of the rocks on top of it, swung the metal detector over it, and there's a couple signals up there that I gotta check out before I head up to Nugget Bar. Most of our signals around here are hot rocks because there are a lot of hot rocks. So that's why I'm just slowly removing rocks from around the signals to see if any of the signals persist. I have discrimination on the metal detector, and it is saying that a lot of these are iron signals. So, quite possible they're all just hot rocks. The only signal I wasn't able to get rid of by removing what looked like hot rocks was one right here. So I think I'm going to dig down there, fill a pan, and do at least one pan from here and see what's in it. It is saying iron though, so probably not a gold nugget. That quite possibly was a hot rock. I've lost the good signal. Hopefully it's in the pan. I'll dig a bit more though. So, no doubt at all, it is decomposed bedrock. I've hit the solid bottom. I've dug lots of the cracked bedrock up here. The signal is in my pan because it was right there and I've got everything from right there. So, let's see what it was. Oh, that water's cold! I already can't feel my fingers. Let's see. Nada. Well, maybe it's time to move to Nugget Bar. I started looking around more carefully, and there's evidence of bedrock everywhere here. So this whole bar is a definite potential target for me. As I was just swinging the metal detector over, right down in there, there is a screaming hot signal. Straight in the gold range. But usually when there's a signal that big, it means it's going to be like an aluminum can or something like that. Any non-ferrous metal looks like gold to the machine. I do have the pry bar with me today, so I can go and pry that out of there. It is bedrock right there. Let's bring my pan in. Any material I take out of here into the pan, just in case. For a signal that big, it would be massive. Still straight on gold. It's really looking like a big chunk of tin can or something now. It's just way too big of a signal. there it is. A pull tab. Oh, you usually find those beach detecting, not nugget detecting. Okay, great to know this bar has exposed bedrock. This is definitely somewhere I'm coming back to do some really heavy, you know, moving of rocks and detecting underneath them. But today, I'm up to Nugget Bar. It's Nugget Bar. Wow, the water is low. I like it. This is where Bryson and I were high banking. This bar right here, this little section right here, my dad and I pulled, you know, half a dozen good pickers and little nuggets off of. We tried that whole bench sort of at the same height as that and got almost nothing. My big nuggets have all come from way up there. And I think for my plan today is what I'm gonna do. I brought the big pry bar with me. I'm gonna go up to where the big nuggets were found, find a rock that we haven't moved, use the pry bar to shift it aside, and then clear underneath it and see what I find. So I have some options of big rocks I could move. I could move this guy. This guy is within my means with the big pry bar, and I did find a good nugget right behind it. These guys will be easy. They're all perched up on a chunk already, a chunk of bedrock. They'd fall down pretty easy. I believe I did find a nugget around this thing somewhere, so that might be easy. I just don't know what there might be for material underneath it afterwards. And then there's this guy. This is the one I really want to move. I don't think I can do it by myself, even with the big pry bar. I think I need a buddy to help me with this one. So I don't think it's gonna happen today. But moving that guy and this guy, my first big nugget was right behind here. So this is a definite possibility of, you know, somewhere I need to really hit hard. Well, I've cleared all the rocks off that whole area where the, you know, the big rock was right there. Underneath it's all cleared off. I will do that spot right over there next, but right now I'm going to detect over this whole area and hope for a big signal. Well, no signals that get me overly excited. So time to load a pan, and we'll start from the top, work down, do some pans and see if there's maybe some fine gold in there. And the first nice piece of gold of the day from the first pan of this spot. Nothing wrong with that. I'll take that for my first piece for sure. Now the detector didn't pick that up. In order for a detector to pick up a piece of gold that size, it has to be within about 1 inch of the coil. And I dug 2 to 3 inches deep, so that was probably just too deep for my detector to pick up. Bad planning on my part. I put my snuffer bottle in my backpack, but I forgot I still had the Pickerton gold in there. So I'm mixing gold today. Luckily, it's very different gold. When I pour it out at the end, we should be able to tell the difference. On to pan 2. Well, I'm up to 4 more pans in that area without another even speck of gold. I'm going to move over the lump into that area there, which is still underneath the rock. I want to clear the whole section that was covered by that rock. But, ooh, slim pickings over here. Well, it took 6 pans from my last piece of gold to find my next one, and this is a very, very small piece. But, hey, it's piece number 2, pan number 7. You know, I could go to the Fraser River and pan a claim that has gold in every pan, like even hundreds of pieces, specks in every pan, but no chance of big gold. Or I could come here and pan, you know, hundreds of pans with not much in it, but that chance of having that one pan with, you know, the 1/4 ounce nugget. Right now, I'm enjoying the nugget searching better than, you know, gold in every pan. So that's why I love this claim so much. Even though I just went through 7 pans with only 2 small pieces, I know any pan could have that big, big chunk. That's what I'm looking for today. I don't know if I'll find it, A nugget claim always has the possibility of skunking you. But let's hope not today. Let's go for pan 8. Wish me luck. Let's see. Nada. And 9 will have it. Starting to think I should have planned a little bit differently today. Rather than moving that rock that's over there, probably should have moved like that one or these down here where it's at the low water that I can't usually get to and see what's underneath them. That probably would have been a better plan. But since I'm committed to something right now, I want to finish what I've started. I'll finish up there. If I have time, maybe I'll look down here. If not, I'll have to come back for that. Well, I just found out this rock I've been sitting on is not attached to bedrock. It is loose. It is a big boulder. So I'm digging around and realizing that it's sort of the cracks around it go all the way down underneath. Apparently it has to be moved. It's in quite a hole though. I love it. I see a piece of gold sitting on bedrock. Love doing that. This big boulder that I said is just a boulder, not bedrock. I tried to move it and it started breaking up into pieces. So luckily I was able to sort of start moving the pieces out. I just rolled this guy out of here. And when I looked in the hole, it was glaring back at me. I'll bring out the close-up camera so you can see it, but it's sitting right there, a piece of gold, and it's a nice one. Well, I don't know how big it is. I just know from 2 feet away, my bad eyes can see it easily. There we go, piece of gold, just sitting on bedrock, waiting for me to pick it up. Let's do that. It's in my fingers. Okay, it's not huge, but it's a picker. Let's get in the pan, clean it up, and then have a good look at it. Have I mentioned my eyes are really, really bad these days? That sure looks like a piece of gold. Like, for all I can tell is that's a piece of gold. But when I get the water on it, it floats away. And it floats in a way that gold wouldn't. I wonder if that's just a piece of paint off my pry bar. Oh. I don't know what it was. I sucked it up. I'll have a closer look at home. Oh no, I think I broke something. Well, I've been moving material like mad. I'm starting to move down the bar now. I just had a signal right there that I put into my pan. And we'll see, it wasn't the greatest signal. If it's piece gold, it was pretty small, I think. But let's go see. Well, I got the boulder out of its hole, and you can see there's a whole bunch of river run sand that is washed down all around it in there. I'm just hoping it washed a nugget down in there. It's a lot of work for me. But let's see if we can detect a signal. I am getting tired, I'm almost done for the day, but I would love to get one more piece of gold before I throw in the towel. And no signals down in the hole. Nothing. A whole lot of nothing. There's something down there, but it's just a hot rock. I can see it. I can tell those hot rocks. I'll check, but that's just a hot rock. I'm pretty sure of it. So this will be my last pan of the day. Wish me luck. couple tiny specks. Well, it's not the smallest piece of gold I've ever got, but it's darn close. It's a tiny speck. But I can say I had gold in the last pan of the day. In fact, I've actually been keeping all the tiny specks in the pan from, you know, the last 6 or so. So, you know, we do have a few tiny specks kicking around. I haven't bothered sucking them up, I just left them in the pan. And so you know what to look forward to next time I'm here. If the water's still low, I'm gonna move that rock right there and all its buddies around it and see if I can, you know, find some very low gold. If the water is up a bit, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna continue. What I've done here is all high. I'm gonna take this trough and continue it down lower and lower, and I know the gravels get deeper and deeper and deeper, and I'm gonna try to go all the way down to the water, clearing it out and seeing if possibly I'm just too high on the bar. I know I've found my big nuggets high, but I've found the medium-sized ones all low. Maybe if I move down, I'll start finding like 1 and 2 gram nuggets underneath that stuff. Time for me to hike back to the truck, then show you the gold. So let's look at the gold we have in this snuffer bottle. Hey, lots of gold. Now, unfortunately, I can't say I got all that today, which is too bad. But this is actually 3 different trips in one here. Let's see if we can identify the big piece that we got today. I think I see it. I think that one in the middle is it. And I think that one above it is the other bigger piece I got today. You can sort of tell because gold from the Dream Claim is a lot coarser, meaning a lot rougher, fresher, newer into the river than the stuff we get from the Fraser. But look at that guy. Ooh, big nugget. That's not today. And here is that weird piece. I think that might be a piece of paint off my crowbar, my yellow crowbar. I can't really tell, but let's bring some water onto it for a second. Oh. Gold shouldn't do that. There it is, flipped over. If that's a piece of gold, it is like unbelievably thin gold. To be able to move like that, it must be like gold leaf. I don't know. Let's look at the real stuff. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed my first little trip into my Dream Claim this year. Found a little bit of gold. I promise my next trip I'll find a lot more than that. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave me that thumbs up. If I haven't earned your subscription yet, I hope I've earned your subscription now. And a big thanks to everyone for watching, especially my patrons. Because of the support of my patrons, I get to make weekly episodes of Dan Hurd Prospecting. Hope you're all having an amazing day. And until the next one, bye.